It's crazy to me that a couple of months ago we were still looking for the perfect paper for inkjet printers to print proxies, something that will allow us to just use a simple home-owned inkjet printer and produce amazing results without the hassle. This is it. Let's look at what problems this product solves for us. If you've been in the proxy making community for a while, you know that our older methods involves using photo paper plus lamination sheet. And the reason why we're using photo paper is to take advantage of our inkjet printer's high quality image printing ability. Plus, inkjet printer is probably the most accessible printers for everyone. Naturally, the photo paper we're using lacks rigidity and thickness. That's why we added the technique of lamination on top of the photo paper. The correct combination of the material do give really good result proxies in terms of rigidity, in terms of thickness, and image quality. My issue with lamination is time. Now, from preheating the machine to laminating each individual sheet can take somewhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your skill level, to laminate 20, 25 plus sheets. Again, that's just time that I would rather save and to do something else. Not counting making mistakes and you have to redo the whole process all over again. So the question arises naturally, what do I need to do to simplify this process? Introducing Y-Core Semi-Gloss. As most of you already know, ProxyJack is one of the leading paper suppliers in our community. Naturally, I was super excited when he sends this paper out for me to test. I cannot tell you how happy I am with the result this paper produces. Let me explain. The first thing you're going to realize when the print comes out the printer, the finish of this paper almost feels exactly the same as the factory card. Secondly, the rigidity is there without a question, and the image quality is amazing without a doubt. Now, there is one improvement that this paper can still make, and that will be thickness. But seriously, the difference is barely noticeable. And this might be the best paper I've ever tested, and that's including the black core and blue core inkjet cardstock. And I would have no problem printing all my proxies with this paper until something new comes out. Now, opening the paper and then load it into the printer is all standard practice. Now, the only thing you need to pay attention is if you own a printer that has a rear feeder, use the rear feeder. Now, once you load the paper, you do want to make sure your paper type is set to be premium semi-glossy. Now, coming to the computer, there's a couple of things I want to point out real quick. We're not going to go super in depth here, but you already know Proxy.com, the best proxy website out there. In this video specifically, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Silhouette cutter. That's why you see the registration mark. By the way, I highly recommend you to pick one up if you haven't. It's only going to be more useful in the future, as I suspect, if you are a professional proxy maker. Now, by the way, if you want to save your project, share your project on Proxy.com, you can actually have an account register with the website. And there's so many amazing features that we can't cover fully in this video. Number one thing we need to change is the page size. We are printing in letter size, as the paper right now only comes in letter size. Hopefully it will come in A4 in the future, and we are printing horizontally and we're printing 4x2. 0.6 bleed is what I found the most efficient with my method. You do want to uncheck the guides since you are using the Silhouette cutter. Registration mark, I am using Silhouette Cameo 5, so I use the 3-point registration mark. Set my DPI to be 1200. And I will export the PDF. Now, before you print, we do want to go to our printers and scanners and open the options and supply. Go over to the options, and you do want to turn the thick paper and envelopes on right here. Now, in terms of print setting, everything is pretty standard. We want to print in actual size, and make sure choose paper source by PDF image size is good. And we go to page setup. Make sure we are printing in letter size. In terms of the print settings, I have not changed any of my color setting, but over here under basic, you do want to select premium semi-glossy right here, and quality is set to high quality. Okay, and print. As the printer is printing, I want to quickly go over the settings for your Silhouette Studio. You come here to the right and you want to select, and under material, action, and tool, you do want to drop down this. I'm going to show you exactly how I got my exact setting. You go to card, and go over to cover stock heavy 105 and 122 pound. We're going to use this preset as a baseline to tweak our setting. You want to go to more. You want to turn force to 40, speed at 30, passes at 1, leave acceleration at 3, blade depth we're going to go down to 4. And then we're going to uncheck this, and then we're going to check track enhancing. And now all you need to do, click save as your own preset. Now once you do that, you go back to materials and actions, go back to custom. You'll be able to see the preset that you just saved. For me, it says cardstock heavy 1. Now our machine is ready to cut. We have our sheet just came out the oven ready to go. And this is our Silhouette Cameo 5. So all we need to do is to apply our sheet that we just printed onto this cutting mat like so. You want to make sure your sheet is well within the boundary of your cutting mat. Then we feed our sheet into the machine. Now before we start printing, because we're using letter sized paper, we do want to cover the most left bottom corner image with a post-it note. So when the machine reaches the registration mark, it will read this corner registration mark right here. So you can see the machine is reading the first registration mark, immediately moves on to the second one. I'm paying attention to it. It does read, and then the third one, yes. Now by this point, I can remove my sticky note right here. Now we're just gonna see how fast the machine does its work. And then we're done. It's that fast. Now there might be a little bit of debris coming off from the paper. You can just simply use a blower or just blow them off of the sheet. And then all you need to do is to lift the sheet from the mat. These are just barely connected. I'm just gonna take them off. And then we just take each individual card off of our mat. Now I know some people might have some issue with, having a little bit of a stickiness coming off of your mat onto your proxy. I personally don't have any problem with it because I'm sleeving these right away and I'm playing with them. Now if you are trying this method and you find the edges to be a little bit rough, what I mean by that is if you use a die cutter that punches the card out at once, you do definitely get a cleaner cut on the edges. Again, you can tweak with the setting and then trying to see if that fixes anything, but my setting is built on efficiency and I'm happy with the way they are. The principle of proxy making is the same, meaning if in the future there's a new material comes up, there's a new cardstock, you can still use the same method. You find image source, you make them into printable PDF, and then you print it with a printer that's compatible with the material, and you cut them into the size of the proxy. Now you can definitely do double-sided printing if you want to. I personally just don't like the hassle and I don't find it the need to have the backing on it. They're proxies anyways. If you do decide to pick up these paper at ProxyJack's website, use the code CryCryProxy or use the link in the description for 10% off your order. All of the equipment I mentioned, including the printer and the cutter, is in the description. I highly recommend you to pick them up now.